Yo, what's good with it, fam? My OGs, young OGs, young queens, kings, all y'all. How y'all doing, man? I love y'all. Sitting here chilling at the park. Let me show y'all the view. Just wanted to come here, relax, listen to nature talk, listen to the water talk. But um, what we talking about today is crying over spilled milk, which that means like trying to control the uncontrollables. You don't want to cry over spilled milk. An example is a relationship. A relationship with someone you love, thought you loved and trusted, and they do you wrong. It can break you. It can spill your heart, and you can't probably put it back together no time soon. But when you cry over spilled milk, you become farther away from picking up the pieces. Don't cry over spilled milk. It's already spilled. So it happened. Now, what you gonna do about it? You gonna mop it up? You gonna lay on the floor and lick this shit up? Or what you gonna do? You gonna sit there and cry and stare at it? Don't cry over spilled milk. It ain't waste your time. It ain't worth your effort. And if you feel it's worth your effort, just don't cry over it. Try to clean it up. Relationship, women done hurt you and all that. Some men break down. Um, I mean, you can think it back. You could think back probably to the Bible and stuff because I think Samson and Delilah. Who else? It was a whole lot of stories about men who they didn't they didn't stay men. They listened to their women, and then their women got them. Samson cut his hair, and he got killed after this. So I mean, it's your partner. So a woman can make you or she can break you. Same as with your friends and friendships and stuff. You probably had a best friend that done betrayed you and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure everybody gonna go through that though, but that's just life. It teaches you how to not put your trust into everybody. You gotta learn how to put your trust into yourself. And if you don't stand for nothing, you're gonna fall for anything. And once you start falling for anything, you end up falling for everything. So you gotta be mindful of stuff and control the controllables. And don't try to control the uncontrollables. Otherwise, you're gonna drive yourself crazy to a point of no return. But my grandma, she used to always say, just don't cry over spilled milk. If you can't do shit about it, then just don't worry about it. Spilled milk can be like what anything, anything that went bad for you, anything you thought was going good for you, but it ain't. Any woman you lusted on or had a crush on and stuff, but she ain't mess with you and stuff like that. You and your mama fell out. Probably you and your daddy. That's all. This all things that all you can do is apologize. Try to clean that stuff up. So you want to swim in your problems, but you swim in them, but you don't drown. You swim in your problems. Otherwise, they're gonna consume you and stuff like that. And you already got the whole world going against you from the day you was born. So don't let your negative thoughts and stuff deter you away from loving yourself. The whole world going against you. The last person you need is you going against you. You're supposed to be lifting yourself up and stuff like that. And so that's probably like I come to this water. Like that's why I'm here right now. I came to the water because you get to thinking and stuff. And one of your worst enemies ever is yourself. And when your mind get to talking and you can't do shit about it, or you ain't got no strong mind or something, you're gonna get consumed, like sort of like a fire. When it consumes everything, the only thing it do is consume itself. So I don't want y'all to be around no negative people, no negative. If it ain't peace, then get away from it. Like, just don't even entertain it. And the funny thing is when you do, like me personally, I tried to swear away from all that gang life, all that street life shit, and I tried to right my wrongs. But the thing is, whatever you do, it got to come back around. So if I'm 28 trying to change my life, I got an equivalent amount of years to deal with karma. You know, I can expect 28 years of bullshit, you know, because I was doing bullshit. And what goes around comes around like a hula hoop off top. So I was kind of blessed to be brought up with grandmama and them. You know, I ain't had my dad and everything, so I had taught my son how to play pool. Granddad had taught me how to play that, and soon as we lose, we get to crying and shit. And he used to be like, "The hell you gonna cry over spilled milk for? Like, it's over with. What you crying for? I mean, don't cry about it. Do something about it." And so the same thing I used to tell my son when me and him was playing and stuff. And when I used to beat him, he used to cry. Well, not cry, but you could tell he crying internally. Like, everybody don't cry externally. A lot of people cry on the inside, but you can see the most loudest language is nonverbal. And so you can see it on his face when he lose. So I used to tell him what my granddad used to tell me, don't cry over spilled milk. So I think probably the next 2 weeks or a week later, me and him went back to the rec room in South Haven, and he was confident, and he actually beat me for the first time. And I damn near found myself crying because I got whooped by my child. But you don't cry over spilled milk, and that's the message that I'm trying to leave everybody with today. Ain't no need of crying because, like I said in the last video, the complaints department been closed. You're gonna be crying by yourself, and ain't nobody gonna give a damn. And then you're gonna stress yourself out. But control your uncontrollables, control your controllables, and don't worry about the uncontrollables. And just don't cry. You know, lift yourself up, keep going. It's Big Kel. I love y'all. Well.